Thanks, Yvonne. And there's a lot of anticipation today for the historic space launch planned for just hours from now. And now for a live look of the launch pad on Cape Canaveral, Florida there. Local time is just after 9:30 and the countdown is on. We have all the details ahead, but first, Yvonne, I know you've been keeping an eye on the launch pad forecast with weather playing such an important role this afternoon.
Absolutely, such an important role. As you recall, the last launch was pushed because of weather, thunderstorms occurring, and unfortunately we are tracking more of the same as we head into the launch period today. The reason why is this area of this trough here. It is going to slowly push down, and that's going to provide some lift. And again, thunderstorm activity is going to be possible heading towards that launch period. The good news right now, things are nice and clear over Cape Canaveral, but here's that day planner as we head in towards the launch time. So keep in time, this is an Eastern time, 11 o'clock starting off. We're looking at 80 degrees, about 8 o'clock here. And then as we head in towards the afternoon, that launch time at 3:22, unfortunately, we are talking about scattered thunderstorms again, so there is another potential for this launch to be pushed. Here's more from Kennedy Space Center, where they are closely watching the weather. All eyes on Cape Canaveral. Final preparations to launch NASA astronauts into space by a private company. Elon Musk's SpaceX trying to be the first to do it, and it would be the first launch from American soil in nearly a decade.
And Dragon SpaceX, unfortunately, we are not going to launch today.
But this is attempt number 2. Wednesday, SpaceX scrubbed the launch 17 minutes before liftoff because of bad weather.
A couple of days ago, we had too much electricity in the atmosphere. The challenge is that a launch could, in fact, trigger lightning. In fact, the rocket itself could become a lightning bolt.
Weather a concern today, too. Forecasters putting the odds of launch at 50-50. But NASA and SpaceX are hoping to usher a new era of space travel.
I think continuing to push into space challenges us as Americans.
This is SpaceX Falcon 9, a 229-foot tall rocket with reusable boosters. Veteran astronauts Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley will be inside this capsule called the Crew Dragon as they travel to the International Space Station. And there'll be an audience. The Kennedy Space Center's visitor complex reopened this week. All 4,000 tickets for today's launch are sold out. President Trump and Vice President Pence both were planning to be on hand too.
This is still something that we're going to still be successful at, and we're going to do it in the face of the pandemic.
With liftoff scheduled to be exactly at 3:22 in the afternoon, but only if everything goes right.
We will feel no pressure. We will go when we are ready. Safety is the highest priority, and that's what we're focused on.
NASA says at this point, it's a 50-50 chance the launch will happen because of the weather. If today's mission is scrubbed, they'll try again tomorrow.
And we are excited for the launch. However, you're right, most importantly, we want to make sure those astronauts are safe.